Thanks, everyone, for joining me as I present to you my audio slideshow from my Journalism 305 class here at the Cronkite School of Journalism. Today, I want to present a few cool things that I was working on over the past week. I'm an active member. I love covering the swim and water polo teams here at Arizona State. And one of the really exciting things that happens with the Arizona State swim team in particular is, Bob Bowman is the head coach of the team, but he's also Michael Phelps' head coach. Michael Phelps, obviously the great, most decorated Olympian ever. He does his time. He spends a lot of his time training in Tempe, and that's something that's really exciting to me. The fact that I get to cover that team for the Walter Cronkite Sports Network, and the fact that being able to cover him and the way he trains is really fun to me. And this past week at the Arizona State versus Arizona meet, he actually swam. Michael Phelps swam in the meet in an exhibition race. And after the meet, he held a press conference that I had the privilege of attending to and asking him a question about what Arizona State kind of means to him. And that was a lot of fun for me. It was a lot of fun to gauge his interest in what Arizona State means to him. So today in my audio slideshow, the first thing you're going to hear is me interviewing Michael Phelps at the press conference about what Arizona State means to him.
What does Arizona State mean to you as a school?
What?
As a school, you've been embracing the culture of this school, Arizona State. What does it mean to you?
For me, being able to now be a volunteer assistant, to be able to train here for the last year, to be around this atmosphere, watch so many changes that have happened not only in athletics but also in the schools, in academics. Being able to watch how there are so many changes that are going on, whether it's sending a satellite into space and all of these engineering things that are happening. I think it's fun for me to be a part of this. To watch the university transform and to watch the leaders do things differently and kind of be passionate and go with their gut and go with what they love. And I think that's something that you see every single day here on campus.
So that was me asking Michael Phelps a question about Arizona State University and what this school means to him. And you can definitely tell, if you haven't already noticed, that he spent a lot of time here at Arizona State, and he's definitely had a lot of fun training in Tempe, and it's been really exciting for him and for everyone else to see him train. But the one thing I also want to focus on today is I've got another interview with one of the Arizona State swimmers. His name is Christian Lawrence. He is a sophomore here at Arizona State. And at the U of A ASU meet, he competed in the 100-yard and 200-yard breaststroke. Well, he hasn't really been known as one of the top swimmers. However, this past weekend, his training was paying off, and it definitely showed because he broke the school records in both events, the 100-yard and 200-yard breaststroke. And as a matter of fact, in that 200-yard breaststroke, he currently has the 7th fastest time in the nation, which is remarkable given the fact that Arizona State's really improved as a swim team, and the atmosphere has really changed and really helped these swimmers. And at that U of A meet, there was a sold-out crowd at the Mona Plummer Aquatic Center of about 2,500 people all gathering around to watch these swimmers compete and train. And according to Christian Lawrence, he really took that to heart and enjoyed the training and enjoyed everything that went around it. So at practice after the meet, I was able to catch up with him and engage his interest in what that means to him and what that means for Arizona State University and the swim team in particular. So here's my interview with sophomore Christian Lawrence on the Arizona State swim team.
My first question is about attendance in the atmosphere. Have you ever been a part of a swim meet where over 2,500 people were here just to watch you and your team swim?
I don't think that has ever been achieved in the history of Mona Plummer. I would probably bet on it since this pool has been around. Not that many people have ever been here. I've never witnessed anything like that, and it was huge to have.
Do you think it helped you swim?
It definitely put a more competitive edge to it. Not only do you want to beat U of A and do it for your team, but you have so many people supporting you, supporting your school, and you want to make your school look good. You want to perform for your school and I think it was some nice motivation.
So you're on the blocks, ready to swim your first race, your first breaststroke race. And then you finish the race, spectacular finish. And you look up at the board and you see that the record's broken. Did you think that was even approachable before the race happened?
I did think the record in the 100 was approachable. The 200 I was a little more skeptical about, but I knew that we had done the work before, we had been prepared that week, and we had gotten what we needed to come into this meet and swim fast. So
Yeah.
I think it was in the realm of possibility.
Well, look, this morning, you 200 time was the 7th fastest in the nation. And that's something that you should be very proud about. And I'm sure this team is proud about.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to be the plan going forward? You guys have to start tapering before Pac-12s?
The time kind of makes it dicey because I think with my time it'll get invited to national championships without having to get the A qualifying standard.
Yeah.
So I think the plan is probably go up a little bit before Pac-12s, bring it back down a little bit just to get the speed going again at Pacs, and then see what I can do there. Go back up a little more, and then come back down once again for national
Because you want to peak at the right moment. Is that
Right.
what it is? That's about it. Okay, so in terms of your team, the men's team, you guys, best times across the board, a lot of records broken. How do you respond to a big meet like that? Obviously, it's huge to be U of A, but now that that's over, how do you recollect yourself?
I think at this time of the season and with any successful dual meet, I think it's important to look forward. And I was extremely happy, but I know there's always more that can be done. You have championship season literally right around the corner. We've done all the preparation through Christmas training and preseason, all that stuff last semester. And it's crunch time now. We got a little taste of it, but it's not time to shut down yet. We kind of have to get going a little bit again and then bring it back in for PAX and get focused again. It's definitely time to show what you've been working on, if not at the U of A.
So I don't just spend time with the Arizona State swim team, although it's probably my biggest interest in covering the team for the Walter Cronkite Sports Network, but I'm an aquatics aficionado, to say the least. So that means I also cover the Arizona State water polo team, and they also are an exciting story because right now they're ranked 5th in the nation, and they're competing at the Trident Invite at UC San Diego, and they're doing really well at that tournament right now, and they're 5th in the nation behind the top 4 of Cal, Stanford, USC, and UCLA. Obviously, they're always the top 4 in California. But Arizona State's got themselves a really good team. In particular, they've got one player, that's Katie Slivchak. She's been a remarkable talent this year because she's normally a defender and she doesn't really score a lot of goals. However, this year, she's taken a more attacking role, and she's already eclipsed her mark of 8 goals that she did last year in just 2 games this year. And that's pretty remarkable considering the fact that she's developed as a player and developed as a kind of a leader of her team because she leads this whole Together We Can campaign with the Arizona State water polo team. And that's really exciting for her and exciting for a lot of other people. So I had a chance to catch up with her before she got in the water this past week and kind of gauge her interest on what the development's been like for the Arizona State water polo team. And she's very reluctant and very excited about what's going on with this team this year. So here's my interview with Katie Slivchak on the Arizona State water polo team.
Just got to get to see what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
But what has been the focus of practice the last few weeks? What have you guys been focusing on?
Well, like since we had that tournament against Indiana, I feel like we've just been focusing on like building up. So like our counterattack, our defense, our offense are all like our counterattack is really a big key for us this year. And so we're just been working on that transition and just getting down the pool quickly and setting up. And because a lot of the like top 4 teams, they press really hard. So just breaking that press right away is going to be a big key for us. And then just like working on everything, like just getting a solid foundation and then working up from there.
Do you guys think you're executing the counterattacks fairly well in practice?
Yeah, I think it's getting better. Like when everyone's on the same page, it looks really good. And when one person's maybe not on the page that everyone else is, that's when it gets messed up. So if we can all focus and think about, like, visualize it in our head during the game, we'll be fine.
Is it just type of defense? Do you guys run more of a zone type defense, like you counter out of, or is it press up top and then?
Yeah, so we usually start in a press, and then if we need to, we'll zone. And zoning can help because then we can get out on the counter by like either trapping the center or maybe getting up in the gaps and
Try to
getting
make
out.
them drive before they can shot
Yeah.
hard. Okay, yeah, I understand. I played, so I know
Okay,
those
yeah.
little things. So,
Yeah, that's good.
But in terms of your personal overall play, because you stay mostly on defense and guard set, correct?
Yeah.
And then on offense, you attack up top.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your personal play has gotten a lot better?
Yeah, I mean, I think over the 4 years I've definitely grown, and I mean, I've played different positions each year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the last 2 years I've been the main defender, which is nice to be consistent and have the same role. So, but yeah, I mean, defense is definitely like my strong suit, and I like to focus on that the most because I think defense is the biggest, or is the most important when it comes to winning games. So, yeah.
That's all I got.
So that just about wraps it up here for me on this audio slideshow. I've had a lot of fun covering these aquatic sports. In particular, I've always been a big fan of Michael Phelps growing up, and the fact that I was able to interview him in the press conference was a lot of fun to me, and a lot of fun for me as a prospecting journalist to cover him. But in particular, it's been a very exciting moment for me to cover the ASU swim team and the ASU water polo team because they have remarkable stories with their coaching staff and the way they're playing this year. So that's been a lot of fun for me, and I really hope you've enjoyed my audio slideshow and my interviews with some of the top athletes at Arizona State University. So thank you.